gazillion. Is that a real number? It is. Bad guys, give a call now. Lost guy, 50% or more in low, 3 more bucks. Checking in.
It's your boy PX, Professor X, aka Mr. Who the fuck is that nigga in the wheelchair? Representing TNE, the CEO. Hello.
Right, for sure. Now, explain the group. Now, how many is it of y'all in the group?
It's 2. It's me and Mo Bucks. We originally like solo artists and shit on our own, but we came together like on some like mega hype shit. You feel me? Like trying to put it together. My nigga went down, fighting a murder. All signs was pointing up, so we did the project before he went in. It was one song we didn't finish, and that was a song with Quavo and Skipper the Flipper. It's a living record. That's our single right now. But once he come home, everything gonna culminate. So we basically putting on for him.
Right. Okay, and how long has he been locked up?
He been locked up since what? February?
April.
Oh, April.
Oh, okay. And how long is he facing?
Life.
Facing murder.
Oh.
Yeah, it's facing the murder, so it's life. But niggas are 2-time felons, so.
Right.
But all signs point up right now, so he will be on. Like we looking at like maybe like November.
All right. So before y'all went in, like, did him getting locked up affect the momentum y'all had?
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. First, the niggas truly charismatic. Second, you know what I mean? We put the project. The project was meant to highlight both our attributes. You feel me? So, yeah, him going down definitely took a big hit. But I'm in a position where I can put on for my nigga, and that shit give me juice. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. So coming out of Atlanta, explain the Atlanta scene.
Wait, hold on. We ain't coming out of Atlanta. We from South Central LA.
South Central LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Inglewood.
I seen the 323 number,
Yes.
but I see your hat.
Let's just make it clear, man.
now we show love though.
Southern California and just Northern California, West Coast, on your couch, in front of your face. It's just like that.
Okay, so how long have y'all been in the A? Y'all just out here visiting?
Nah, we've been back and forth in the A. Well, as
we got residents here.
About 10 years.
Okay. So North California and South California. North California is more like dancing. What do they call it? Hyphy.
It's more up tempo.
Hyphy.
Right.
It's more up tempo, in your face, hand movement, everything, fast talk, the player, the game, the pimp and the player game is heavy in the back.
Yeah.
Right.
And Southern California is more laid back, chill because of the vibe, the landscaping and everything. It's just a chill, relaxed kind of thing. Everybody kicking in like what you think of. Everybody kicking on their porch out there. Ain't we drinking for it like that, but they smoking weed, kicking in, having a good time. It's just a laid back environment.
Right. So coming out to Atlanta, what is the difference? Because they say Atlanta is the mecca of hip hop, but then you have West Coast artists that last longer. You got the Kendrick Lamars, you got the whole TDE, YG, Nipsey, Dom. They last longer and they sell more records. So it's like, what is the difference between both both regions?
I mean, from the West Coast standpoint, we come from, the artists you mentioned come from an era where music made sense and music was important. A lot of them take that and run with it. They don't have too many outlets, so you don't really see the BTs or the MTV, because we don't really have them no more anyway. But you don't really see their broadband on a bigger scale. Being in Atlanta gives us a little balance because we come from the 90s era and the 80s era where music, was at its peak. But coming to Atlanta, we see how fast-paced it is as far as you do a record in the studio, you can take it to the strip club, and you can get the early response from a record.
Yeah, you can really get some instant gratification from your record. You feel me? Like that shit don't happen in LA. LA more radio.
We don't really have no strip clubs. It's a Bay Area term that means weak, but it's booty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's weak. We don't have no strong outlets. Like you got Say Cheese, right? We don't really have too many vlog or blog sites that really kind of support us. Like you got the Young California thing with DJ Charisma and maybe like DJ A-Man up in the Bay because they collected together. But
what about the Thizzler? I see that the Thizzler.
Okay, you got Thizzler in the Bay too,
Right.
but then you got Bay Area Compass, but Thizzler and Bay Area Compass kind of only focus on that area, that region.
Right.
It's not really the thing that really fucks with the Southern California thing. We got Dub CNN in Southern California as well, but it's kind of old school. Then the format of it's kind of old school. They really kind of tailor to a lot of the old school artists. You might get a sprinkle of like some YG, some Problem, or maybe like a youngster here and there, but you're not gonna really get that.
Right.
You know, so me personally, I tell artists, you better get your ass up, either come to Texas or come out here to Atlanta and get you some exposure because they have a lot more platforms for artists out here.
Right. Okay. So what really separates you from your music from other people?
Well, I like to say, being that we are from Southern California, like I take that shit like my cousin Twan Gotti from the Bay. He was like, man, y'all really Southern. You know what I mean? He was like, you should take advantage of that part. Like, I mean, it is like, you know, in the Bay, it's a little bit more fast paced when you come down to South. I mean, like in Hollywood, of course you're gonna get fast paced, but really in the streets though, you know what I mean? Like, just slow down a little bit. So I took that to heart. And Bucks, you know what I mean? We both, don't get me wrong, we love California. I love California swag, all that shit, but when it comes to the music, we more influenced by the trap shit. You know what I'm saying? So that, us being really trap individuals from California, I think that's our difference. Like, we really be out there trapping. We really do that shit. Really believe my music. I really put my confidence in my life in that shit. You feel me? As well as more Bucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's shit in the lyrics that really tie into what we do. I mean, I'm gonna say, like, you know, most people that come from LA, they are like the Kendrick Lamars. You know what I mean? I love that shit. Don't get me wrong, because Kendrick Lamar killed. But we more on like, you know, like we got records where it's real.
Tell it to the streets, basically.
Yeah, but yeah, we
intellectual mentality, mind frame, speaking folk, but just can speak to a demographic of people who come from the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like talking that trap talk or that street talk or that block talk, right. or that set talk. Because we come from the LA, we come from the hoods, the street, the ghetto, the gangs shit about it. You know
exactly.
What I mean? So, you know, it's like a soundtrack for the lifestyle of what these people are living.
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna be real. When you go to LA, you gonna hear YG, you gonna hear Kendrick, but on a daily basis, you gonna hear Gucci, you gonna hear Dolph,
Boosie.
You gonna hear Boosie. You gonna hear so much Boosie.
God.
Like, bruh, like Boosie is like, you know, God in LA.
Right.
I mean, really, that's what that shit come from. Like, over the years, the scene in LA was so dry. It was so dry that we had to.
Shout out to DJ Mustard, man. You really
DJ Mustard really lied. I mean, he brought
the West Coast.
He brought West Coast influence back to the music scene. Because before that, and him and YG, I mean, that shit was kind of missing.
Right. But everybody can't do DJ Mustard.
Yeah, everybody can't. Everybody can't.
And that's the problem with the West Coast. Like we'll get something like Hyphy, and everybody will water down the shit. That's why Hyphy to me didn't last no longer than 2, maybe than 3 years that it did. I mean, the lifestyle still exists, but the music soundtrack, like everybody watered down the sound. Everybody wanted to be too dumb and overdo the Mac Dre shit.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of that too came from like people that was really popping and get their platforms. So.
Right. Now, back to Atlanta. Atlanta is known to be real cliquey. Like, if you're not from here, it's kind of like you got to know somebody that knows somebody to get accepted. How did y'all get accepted when y'all came to Atlanta for the music shit?
Me, the social media shit. I was like, I got a couple dollars in my pocket. I'm going to make a few phone calls. And I'm going to call their manager. I'm going to call somebody until they recognize who the fuck I am. Lucky, like, you know, like I said, the streets kind of like connected us to a few people. Like, we connected with Juice Man. I fuck with Greg Streets. I'm cool with Zaytoven, Al Nuke, you know what I'm saying? Cool with Parlay for the franchise boards. A few little individuals that's from this land, you know, we go out there and we politic, we network, what you're supposed to do. A lot of people from home don't even know where to go or how to spend their money. You know what I mean? Like, say cheese. And I found you on the Google. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at the internet. I said, I'm gonna fuck with that dude. I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know how many people behind that shit. But I'm gonna call him.
That's
and here he is today.
Yeah, because if you don't try to make the avenues for yourself, I mean, shit, fuck Atlanta, like, you're not gonna get nowhere, period.
Right.
So you gotta really be tapped in and try to make those lines.
Right.
And I'm gonna be real with you, people fuck with him. People fuck with that nigga in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? They'll look at me like, but then he call him. Man, and it's like, you know what I mean?
I got a gift. I got a mouthpiece. I ain't gonna just sit in a chair and not talk to you. I'm already at a disadvantage. I'm just sitting here in the goddamn chair. I might as well just say fuck it. Life.
Right. Now, before you go, you're in the wheelchair. Can you speak on how that came about?
How the accident happened?
Yeah, how you came.
I was in high school, horsing around on a gymnastics mat wrestling, and long story short, one of the guys picked me up, threw in a pile up.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up on the edge of the motherfucking mat, like my neck hanging on the edge of this shit. The nigga who threw me in came back around and landed on top of my motherfucking neck, which separated the vertebrae in the top 3 parts of your neck, the C5, C6, and C7. And the C8 was damaged, which controls the arms, your legs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I ain't trying to dry snitch. Want me to just throw it out there? Nah, I don't even do it. Nah, I don't even do it. Yeah, y'all can do the research for who was in play of the situation. But I ain't gonna put the name.
And how did that change your life? That whole situation?
Shit changed drastically. Shit, you can't walk. You wake up, don't know if you don't know the severity of your injury when you first get there, because you gotta wait 3 to 4 days for the doctor to come give you your reports. And your parents panicking and shit. They don't know if you gonna.
And this happened at your school?
Yeah, this happened at the school.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't know how long you gonna live, because your organs and everything change when things don't function like they normally do. And the doctor came 3 days later. He told me what it was. He told me the severity of it, and basically only had 15 years to live. And from '97, I should have been dead.
Wow.
At least 3-4 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get spiritual and religious with you, but I think it's a greater power that's hold me up on this motherfucker. You feel me?
Right.
Because I could have been dead, straight up.
In the future, for the rest of 2015, the fourth quarter of 2015, what can we expect from y'all?
Some more single. We got wait. We got the single, Mo Bucks, Lost God, featuring Quavo, Migos, and Skipper Flipper, produced by Zato, and the song's called Living. You're gonna be hearing that all the strip clubs in Atlanta, a few of the clubs back home from Northern California to Southern California, and we dropping a mixtape around the first quarter called Rapping and Trapping the Tycoon Way. You feel me? And we got a few features on there, like I said, Quavo, Skipper Flipper, some West Coast partners back home, Skeen and Dub, West Coast producers, DJ Official, Day One, and some Southern producers. What we got on there?
Got Spiffy Global on there. Got Statboy Twine. Who else on there? Day One.
Facial Machiavelli is my partner.
Yeah, that's our in-house producer, man, from the set, man.
And I did
Facial
one
Machiavelli
little record. That is just a little sprinkle.
Right. Him producing.
Made a beat on the iPhone, man.
Now, before we get out of here, I want to ask y'all, what is y'all opinion on the state of hip hop? You know, a lot of people feel like the internet is oversaturated because the internet, now anybody could be a rapper. And then you got the new kids who love it because it's so easy to be a rapper, and all they gotta do is get on SoundCloud and throw up some shit and it can go viral. What is y'all opinion on the state of hip hop?
I like it.
Me personally, I think it's dope for the fact that anybody could be anybody tomorrow. And it wasn't like that 20 years ago. It was so like a person like me who used to beg to get in the studio. Now they make things affordable, Pro Tools, a laptop, and a microphone, or even like a USB microphone, or just some cheap little program, and hell, in a camera, and you can be a star tomorrow depending on how you market or you grind your shit. You feel me? To me, the downside about it is that everybody can do it, and you get a lot of bullshit, and you don't really get no meat and cheese and the bread, the substance no more.
I don't really agree with that though, because I feel like it's so much that you can find it wherever you want to find it. You know what I mean? It's 1,000 artists. You could tailor a playlist to what you like. If you don't like that nigga, whoop, go. You know what I mean? I feel like I like that shit though, because I mean like instant gratification. I mean, it's not always promised in your endeavors, but still, like when shit like that, when it comes to music. Yeah, like it's cool. You can record anywhere. You can post the shit up anywhere. You can get a response anywhere. I like that part.
Need a major backing to get you started. Yeah. You just need your talent and a lot of muscle. And if you ain't got the money, go fuck you a fat bitch, or go pimp you a little punk bitch who don't know better. Excuse my language. Or go get you a job at Popeyes or McDonald's or some shit like that. Whatever you got to do to get some money to put together for your hustle. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, because motherfuckers is doing it, but not telling the truth how the fuck it's getting done. You feel me? Motherfuckers be just going to the club with stacks in their pocket. They be like, man, you had to have sex with an old fucking fat white bitch that jar of blue punk black bitch that you didn't even know. I mean, you know it, but you don't want to tell the truth. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, just keep it real. You get your bread how you get it, but you invest into your hustle.
Do you feel as though conscious rap will ever be popular again? Because the trap phase and the hipster phase and the raging, they're so popular right now. And the females, they love the harmonizing with the, when you can sing rap, they call it hip hop. Do you feel like conscious rap, Kendrick Lamar's and J. Cole's will be at the top again?
I feel like they had the hardest, like, to be real, they had the hardest albums of the year.
They had the hardest albums, but they're not, there's more trap artists.
Yeah, that's because, like, you have to be, like I was trying to say before, like, it's like a tailor-made shit. If you want lyrics, you go get your lyrics. If you want to vibe, then you can vibe. Cause like I feel like that's like where it's at. Like a lot of people like the vibe.
But you have the artists that can really spit, yeah. But they dumb it down because that's what's hot.
Yeah, but I mean, I would be like on that album though. Kendrick didn't dumb it down. Like J. Cole didn't dumb it down. Like they kept it true to what they like to present to people, and it went platinum. You know what I'm saying? So. You could be lyrical. I think you could be conscious. I think you could be conscious on trap too.
People not keeping it silent anymore. People today, you know how we have regions. You have sections of hip hop today, and there's a group of people who love the Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole's, and then you have a group of people who love the trap shit. It's just whatever you like. It's a gumbo pot. You can dabble to whatever you want any day to get whatever music you want. Like today you might feel like J. Cole, tomorrow you might feel like some Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Or some Lupe Fiasco to some Fetty Wap. You feel what I'm saying? Or you might be on some Mo Bucks and Lost Guy shit the next day. You feel what I'm talking about? So it's really into what you feel that day. And music is being open for us to grab daily.
For sure.
So it's just based on your emotions. How you feeling when you wake up in the morning? You feeling like Kendrick Martin had a dream? Or do you get to a time queen? Never done no. And you feel like that. I mean, it's whatever you feel. You feel me?
Right, for sure, man. Hey, great interview. Let people know where they can find y'all at on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. What release dates? Who's hosting it? Let us know all that before we log up.
All right, Lost Guy 1618. That's my gram. That's the only thing I really be on. You know what I mean? He control my Twitter. That's Lost M2G. We got the More and Low project, which is Rapping and Trapping and Tycoon Way, that's coming out. That should probably be out January. Want to make sure everything is straight with that. It's hosted by Hood Rich, Trapaholics, fucking DJ Smalls. Charisma. We got Charisma on the West Coast. I mean, we really tapped in with the DJs. So that's it. And free Mo Bucks, man. When you come on.
For sure. Twitter's, Instagrams?
You can find me on Professor X TNE1, Twitter, and Instagram. That's all I really use, basically myself. And Mo Bucks, Mo Bucks 104, Instagram, and then the _real Mo Bucks on Twitter.